Hello friends, my name is Behroz and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will share with you some smart hacks and tips and tricks that you need to know in order to ace your performance review. Now, this could be a year-end performance review. It could be a standard connect on your projects, on your assessment of performance during a month or a quarter or whatever it is. Whenever you think you have a meeting where your manager will be discussing your performance, be it for the year, be it for the quarter or the month or any other project that you've done, well, this video is exactly for you. Now, before diving into the video and the content itself, I have a special ask of you, which is in case you find any value from this video, please press the like button. Keeps me motivated. And more importantly, if you find this video useful and my channel useful, please subscribe to the channel as well, because on this channel I post content pertaining to how you can achieve success in your career. And this part is very important to succeeding in your career, which is your performance review. Now, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you go in your performance review all prepared. It's not like just because your manager booked that meeting, you're like, he or she will lead the meeting, they will do the talking, and you will just respond to the things that they will say. No, you should come in the meeting as if you would be leading the meeting or at least co-leading the meeting, which means you need to be very prepared. And the preparation should not be just like 5 minutes before the meeting, you think about the meeting and you go in. No. It should be something as if you are going to present your best project, your best assignment, best task to some board, some senior individual in the company. You should prepare for your review like that, as if you prepare for any other project. This is about you. You are a project yourself as well. You are a brand in yourself as well. And hence you need to prepare for this meeting like as if you are preparing for any top to top or the biggest meeting in your career. So you go and prepare. Now, with regards to preparation, what you need to do is you need to think of things that you have done, like things that you've achieved. Now here, make sure that it's not just about things you worked on, but rather what are the results you achieved. So for instance, you, instead of saying I improved the forecast or I managed the forecast, say I improved the forecast accuracy by 70% or 80%, 90%. So bring in numbers versus just saying these are the activities I performed. It is okay to bring in the activities you perform, because many times you are responsible for performing that particular activity, but just don't leave it there. Even if you are only responsible for performing that particular activity, try to convert it into real results and see how it impacts eventually the business results or the business KPIs, whatever the business has called out as its key KPIs. So for instance, one of the key KPI is to drive more top line growth, and you are working on, let's say, forecast accuracy, then you have to talk about how forecast accuracy has helped drive more growth. So at least make that connection in your mind, because when you want to come in this meeting, you want to speak to your manager in a way that the results which were achieved this month, part and parcel, were because of your effort. Now, even if you don't say it that way, you need to at least have that connection done in your mind, and you need to come across confident talking about it in that particular way. So again, make sure you just don't talk about the activities, make sure you talk about the results, and in your mind, make sure you are able to connect the results to the overall KPIs of the business. So coming back to the preparation piece here, also make sure that you make an inventory of all the key achievements that you've had, all the things you worked on, all the good praises that you've received from other individuals, other business partners, team members who've talked well about you. Take a note of those things, because you want to remind your manager about those things. You just don't want your manager to lead the meeting and talk about the things he or she wants to talk about, which could be positive, which could be negative, whatever they are. But you need to go in all positive with all the great things that you've achieved, done, the great feedback that you achieved. You have to make the list of all those things, because you want to make sure that you come out of the meeting delivering all those things, versus just randomly going in the meeting and thinking from the hip what to say next, or what else did I do, or things like that. Hey, one important call out in case you're interested in having a one-to-one session with me with regards to your career coaching, career development. Happy for me to help you with that. You can book a session on my calendar using the link that I will leave in the description of this video. So I highly encourage you book a session in case you need any help with regards to career development, career coaching. I am your guy. And now, talking about the delivery of the results and not just the activities, make sure you use the golden triangle. Here, what you need to talk about is what was the problem that you were trying to solve, what did you do, and what was the eventual impact, what was the result. So this way you talk about the problem itself, the actions you took, and the result that it drove. And hence you would not be just stuck talking about your activities, but also talking about the results that were achieved, but also setting up the context. So the problem, the activities you did, and the results you achieved. Now here in all this, it is also important to talk about how you were able to make your manager's life easy. Trust me, managers like those reportees, those employees who are able to make their life easy. And what I mean by making their life easy is There are certain tasks that your managers hate doing. It's just that they have to do it, but they don't like it. If you are able to take those tasks from them and work on those tasks, well, they will love you. And hence, when you come in this meeting, you need to talk about, hey, these were the tasks I was able to help you with, and I was able to take command on it and lead. Because those are the tasks which the manager will be like, wow, I'm so glad this is off my table. So make sure when you make that inventory of things, you also include tasks which may not have a direct result per se, but they were the tasks which had to be done and your manager was doing it, and now you've taken over from your manager altogether. And also make sure that you come in the meeting not just talking about your key achievements that you've delivered in past, but also with a growth narrative. You want to come across as someone who is looking for growth, who wants to grow in the company and wants to give more than what has been delivered already. And hence you talk about things like what did you learn, what skills you built, what new responsibilities you took on, where you want to grow next. That next piece is very important because you don't want to let your manager be hanging that, okay, this person did good work, but that's it. This person is limited now. This is all he can or she can do. You need to come across and talk about, yes, I've done this, but there is so much more I want to do because I want to grow, I want to develop. People or managers like people who are hungry, who have the right attitude. It's not about the results at the end of the day. It's more about the attitude, especially when you are relatively junior in the company. Yes, when you are the GM, the CFO, the VP, the SVP, yes, results count more than the attitude. But when you are manager, senior manager, director level, or even senior director, the attitude counts more than the results itself, because the results are being more driven by the top guys there who are deciding the strategy and all. You are driving the results of your particular project, but not the big business results or key drivers. You're not accountable for the end result eventually. You're just accountable for your project. But assuming you do your project well, the difference is made when you show up with the right attitude. And the attitude is all about, hey, I'm here for growth, I'm here to develop and all. Now, one more thing with regards to preparation is, while you come prepared with all the key highlights, the best projects, the great things that you've delivered, also make sure you come prepared with any of the weaknesses. You should by now, before walking in the performance review, have good idea, at least 50-50 idea, what are the negative points that your manager will talk to you about. And here it is very important that you are ready for that negative feedback, because what you don't want is that your manager starts on a negative feedback and you're not ready, and you came up with all the positive things and now you're not ready to respond to the negative feedback at all, and you are just blindsided. You're thrown off the rails altogether. So here, one, it is better if you have some idea as to what feedback you'll receive. Now, there's a 50% chance you may know or you may not know. The second thing is, at least you need to come across as prepared for any negative part that will come out. How will you handle it? And here I've made a separate video on how you should take or handle negative feedback. You can check it out. I will leave the link here in the description of this video, but you can also search on my channel how to receive or how to manage a negative feedback. Here it is very important. I'll share some tips, which is you listen to the feedback, you take some notes, you acknowledge. But here, make sure that you just don't leave the feedback as a feedback. Say, give me examples, because you want to come across as someone who wants to improve and fix this. I hear you. I want to improve and fix this. And also, you need to make a judgment whether you want to push back on this feedback or not, which is I agree or I disagree. Now, make sure you don't disagree on everything. There should be some feedback you agree on and maybe some feedback you disagree on. So if you really want to push back on certain feedback, you have to choose. Like if there are 3 negative feedbacks, you have to say, okay, 1 of them or 2 of them I let go because I want to really pick a fight on the 3rd one, and so on and so forth. So there are other great inputs and insights that I've given in that particular video. So I highly recommend you check out that video versus me making this video long and talking about how to manage feedback altogether. But essentially ask for feedback, make sure that you take notes, make sure you acknowledge the feedback, and also be choiceful as to what you want to push back on and what you want to take as feedback and improve on. Last but not the least, make sure you keep a confident tone. Like you should not come across as someone who is not sure of himself or herself. You should come across as someone who's confident, who's prepared, who knows what to expect in the meeting already, versus just coming in the meeting and saying, oh, I don't know what to expect. It may be good. It may not be good. I don't know what you will talk about. Like you should be the one leading the meeting. And when I say that, for instance, you can always say, hey, how about I start because I have a few things to share. Then you go about with the list of things that you want to share. Hey, here are the things I learned. Here are the things I did. Now, when you start and you start talking about your list, maybe it is also important to call out things that you are still working on, things you want to improve on, because you don't want to come across as someone who is all perfect. You want to come across as someone who's done some work, made some mark, And these are the things that are still in progress. And this is where you want to eventually go, and you want to improve, and you want that manager's help. So come across as someone like, here is what I've done already with your help, and here is the help I need further from you in order for me to develop and all. So keep that tone. The other thing that I want to talk about is make sure for you to align before the meeting how you will lead the meeting. You can kind of say, hey, we have a performance review coming in. What I plan to do is I just want to take you through the things that I worked on, the things which I've closed on, things that are still in pending, and things I need eventually your help with. Is that format okay with you or not? This way, what you're doing is you're preparing your manager what to expect from you. Because what you don't want is you come in the room, you start saying something or you start talking, and the manager goes, I have a very different script and he or she's on a very different script. So it's important for you to touch base with them for 10 minutes before the meeting, because that is the particular touch base where they can even tell you, oh, no, don't worry about that. I want to talk about the specific one project with you. And now you're like, okay, good. While I made the list of things I want to be prepared for, I'm not talking about them. Let's talk only about that project that my manager is interested in. Or, oh no, I just wanted to share with you some feedback that I received from the team. Now you're ready, kind of some negative feedback might be coming in, which I need to be prepared for. So if you touch base with your manager like 10 minutes before the meeting, that way you are much more prepared. Last but not the least, make sure once the meeting is over, you follow up in writing. Hey, these are the things we talked. These are the feedback I've taken, and these are the things I will be working on. Essentially, net, the idea is you telling your manager what you've done, how you've done it, and what is that you want to do eventually or going forward with their help. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this was helpful. And in case you found any value from this video, as I said, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you.